Nailed. What's up, everyone? This is Dwayne.
And I'm Gavin.
And you know Gavin. And this is a great live stream for us here on Sunday night. It's our first one since becoming Bronco owners. So I tell you, the Bronco experience from watching the reveal to placing the reservation for one and then a few hours later doing two, that was really cool. So yeah, you hit those. And this whole experience of talking about Bronco specs, going to places, going to dealers, seeing the Broncos before they came in, going to Supercell East and actually getting to ride in the Bronco. I mean, that was really cool.
Yeah.
For me personally, which I wish you could have went, but Alexa and I went to Bronco Off Rodeo in Texas. And then you really get to learn that it's not just cool buttons and for show. This thing is a off-roading beast. And I mean, you got to experience a little bit with Kyle driving us in Tennessee. Yeah. You know, we couldn't drive them there, but I can tell you from sitting in the seat, your seat time, by the way, you didn't have a lot of prep time. You talked about the Bronco in general. You got to see some of the basics, and then you sat behind the seat and you hit the gas. And, you know, it's very controlled, right? But my point being is that this Bronco becomes familiar to you, like you've been there before. You know, the reveal video said something to the nature of, you know, it's like it's been there before, talking about the Bronco.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, it's like you've sat behind the wheel. It's so familiar. And it's just really cool. So we took delivery, 8-9 days ago?
Yeah.
Right?
Or no, 10.
10 days ago. No.
Or no.
A week ago Friday.
Tomorrow will be 10.
That's right. 10 days tomorrow. Let's just say it Gavin's way. And you keep me straight, don't you? And but it's really, really, really a great thing. My dealer called me on Thursday. They let me know, hey, your Bronco came in. It unfortunately, we couldn't get a picture of it unloaded. It came in the early hours before they actually opened. I went down and looked at it. It was kind of rainy, you know, crappy weather that day. I looked at it, I sat in it, cranked it up, and there's something about holding that key fob, right, when it's your Bronco.
Yeah.
So I set the delivery up for the next day on Friday, and I didn't want to get it without Gavin. So I went by and did the paperwork, you know, in like midday-ish, and then I got you from school. Did I get you early or on time? No, I actually got you on time. And so then Gavin and I went over, and what'd you think? When you sat in the Bronco, okay, so you've seen plenty of Broncos. What'd you think whenever you saw our Bronco?
You see, so it's really cool when you're in one, like at East or West or anywhere where you get to sit in one. But it feels a lot different when it's actually yours.
Yeah, so
like sitting in it's cool, but sitting in your Bronco is a lot cooler.
Did you notice I drove a little like an 80-year-old man when we first got it, terrified in rush hour traffic? Yeah. So if you know Hampton Roads, Virginia, and I see Pilgrim Wanderings, you're here tonight. Good evening to you as well. You have some trail time in there. That's awesome. I want to hear about that, by the way. Because you know the trail stuff is just awesome. You've beat me to the trails. But we took delivery of this Bronco, and we had to drive through something called the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And so if you ever imagine what is the highway in LA, 501, the 401, whatever it is.
The main highway next to the LA River.
Yeah, and bumper cars, that would be the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel on a Friday afternoon. So yeah. I was on high alert. I was on high alert driving it. And, you know, it was crazy. I sat in it. I've driven them off road before, but it's different when it's your Bronco and you're on the road. So it was an experience. So we went over to Chesapeake and did some stuff and made it back home. And then your mother got to drive it. And she wasn't ready for the attention. And let's talk about the attention of the Bronco. Now, I know it's a new vehicle. It looks different than anything else out there. But Have you been prepared for the comments, the stuff,
The waving, no.
the yelling, the "Can I buy it?"
Mike.
Mike Mack. So to "I love your Bronco," to "Oh my goodness," to "What is that?" And we've been doing the Jeep wave all weekend, right?
Yeah. Or we've created the Bronco wave. Is this a Jeep?
Yeah.
This is Bronco.
Yeah. So Gavin's been waving to all Jeep guys, and I'll tell you, most people, it's been fun back and forth banner. We only had one, one of those.
Eric.
But yeah. But no, it's been great, and like I said, and I said this in an IG video, this is going to be good for Jeep guys and Bronco guys, because look, for us Ford guys, or those that want a better off-road vehicle, we have it in the Bronco. For the diehard Jeep fans, Jeep's going to be forced to step up their game. Let's face it. And so it's good for everyone, but it's just been fun. We've seen a bunch of Bronco sports. I was wondering how that was going to go, and thumbs up, blowing the horn. So I know it's hot. I know it's a hot vehicle. I look at the algorithms. I look at the click-through data, the CTR on different videos, and if you mention Bronco, you're getting a lot of attention. Let's just face it. It's a hot commodity. It's a hot issue. I just wasn't personally prepared for some of the comments that we have gotten over the last few days. Now, I have had it over a week, and I haven't driven it that much because of my day life, my job. But I think today we almost hit 400 miles on it, and so right when I get to about 1,000 miles on the engine, and I'm really careful about how I break in an engine. I do things different. I don't just follow There's a way to break in an engine, in my opinion, is between the hardware of the engine, the mechanical parts and pieces, and then the computer, the sensors, and then how you've heard, well, maybe that the horsepower changes or this. I don't know any of that. I can just tell you that we're starting out, given the mechanical part of this engine, a way to break itself in, seat the rings, to do the stuff that I used to do the engines when we were building them, right? So
yeah,
that's just what I'm doing. When I get to 1,000 miles, we'll probably do an oil change on that. I think we'll do a video on that. You want to help me?
Yeah.
You want to be a little grease monkey?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do it here. It's not going to the dealer. Oh no. And and we're gonna take care of that here. So being able to do the oil change here. So I see Casey Jones joined us. He moved from 913 to 1011. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you got your window sticker. We're going to back up a little bit. When we got our build date, that was exciting, right?
Yeah.
But then when I got the window sticker, it's like, okay, that's another level of this is real. This is happening, because that's the sticker that you see on the vehicle when you get it. And then I'm able to check my options. And there was only one thing on the order that was a little messed up, and that's my fault for not catching it. Somewhere when I changed between the hard top and the soft top, and I got rid of toe and then added toe back in a couple days later, somewhere the bags for the door, which is something we haven't mentioned, the bags for the door, poof, vanished off the order.
Yeah.
So it took me a day to realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm so excited with the Bronco. It's like, okay, I don't have my bags for the doors, so I can't take the doors off. So the dealer is, hey, no issues. They're getting me some doors for it.
So when are they coming in?
Or door bags. I don't know exactly. I don't have an exact date. With deliveries right now, there's no guaranteed when you're going to get stuff.
Oh, so Dad.
Show us the Bronco. So
can we do an Instagram right after this?
So we uploaded a video tonight. So if when the live stream's done, if you head over to our videos, and by the way, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, look at the video. It's part 1 of a 3-part video. The first part was shot with an iPhone without an external mic, and there was a little plane flying over.
Yeah. Or like a little paratrike.
Yeah.
And then there's an RC plane.
So we had double the trouble there. So we had a great day, by the way, do some filming. So we've broken this video up into 3 different segments. So you'll see a little bit of the outside of the Bronco. I'm going to upload this video probably tomorrow. I know it's kind of quick, but do a second one of the interior of the Bronco, where Gavin is the awesome camera guy, and we're filming the inside of some of the cool little features of the Bronco.
Yeah, I'm a good filmer with the GoPro.
You're a good photographer, by the way. You know that?
9, but I'm like on the stick, but I'm not really a good one with the phone. And what really helps me with the GoPro is the hyper smooth.
So, Michael, if hang on to, we're not going long tonight on this live stream, but check out that video and you'll actually see our Bronco. So
wait, so it's posted?
Mm-hmm. It posted right before we went live. Okay. And so it's really exciting for Gavin and I to be able to do this together. We talked about it. We've started this YouTube channel together, YouTube channel, and also Instagram. But now the reel hits the road, right? So we get to ride it. So let me tell you about the delivery. The delivery, I want to get in. We're going to do a video just for Ford. You know, if you've been on all of the social media sites for Bronco content, whether it's 6G, 6X, or wherever you're at, you'll see there's a common thread between unethical dealers charging people more than MSRP. Now, how it's worked is someone reserved a Bronco, and if it was day one, you might not have had a choice, but basically the way it worked with me, and I can't speak for everyone, is when we reserved our Bronco, it put us into the closest dealer to us geographically, like geofencing. And I didn't want to deal with that dealer, so I later changed the reservation over to Ford in Hampton, Virginia. It's actually Ford and Volvo. And so that's where I wanted to actually do the deal. And I talked to him previous. I said, hey, I know you guys, we do business with you, done it in the past. Are you going to charge me more than MSRP? And the answer was no. It was clean. You couldn't get a clear no quicker. So we did the deal. We moved our reservations, both of them, over. And we've got our second order is a priority, or our second reservation is a priority code 99. We turned the first one into an order, which we have sitting in the garage right below us here.
Oh, it's like right there where the cats land.
Yeah, so the cat's over here. You got to tell you, the cat's here watching us. So the cat's in here, and the Bronco's right below the cat. So anyway, and by the way, thank goodness I built a house with a 4-car garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's
not staying outside.
The Bronco would have
it's going to get muddy, but it's not going to bake in the sunshine. So anyway, Ford in Hampton, Virginia. If you have a reservation and you're not feeling it with the dealer that you're at, you can, wherever you are in the country, you can go online, Ford and Volvo in Hampton, Virginia. As for Victoria, they did a great job from beginning to end, kept me informed. You know, we had the top issue. We talked about it how many times on this channel. We watched the video with Bronco Nation did a video, and they had some Ford people there. And it was simple. If you haven't received your VIN and you stay with a hardtop, you're a 22. If you go to a soft top, you're going to possibly be a 21.
Like we, or like us.
Yeah. So we switched. A week later, we had a build date. Now, here's the cool thing. Have you enjoyed the soft top?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
No, it's not as loud as I expected.
Yeah. So I want to give you guys, I've never dealt with a soft top on anything. My wife had a convertible Mustang, but that was easy. 2 latches at the top, and you hit a power button, and it went all the way back. You hit it again, it came forward, and then you latched it. That was it. Well, as you know, in the Bronco, you have a few different positions. I'll say a few. There's really a total of 3. But the main position is you undo the latches at the top and you fold the roof back, which gives the driver, front passenger, and the rear passenger, if you're not looking up and back, but you're looking straight up or forward, it gives you clear blue sky or whatever the sky is that day.
And unlike Jeep. Oh,
our mic almost fell.
Oh. Sorry about that.
Wouldn't be fun.
Sorry if you're using headphones. That might have hurt your ears. In the Bronco, there's no pillar in the middle of the roof.
Very good.
But in a Jeep, there's a pillar.
Right, so it obstructs the view, right?
Yeah.
So then the second position would be when you take the side windows out and the rear window out and lay it in the back. how we did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you then can fold the top all the way back, right? And so then what you have is your rear view mirrors, easy for me to think it, uh, are very, clear, but if you're actually looking at your rear or your side view mirrors, it's clear. If you're looking at your rear view mirror, you're obstructed a little bit by the top and the back. No big deal. Now, the third position, I guess you would call it a position, or really the third way to deal with the top is then to remove it completely from the vehicle. But we didn't want to get into all of that yesterday.
That one took a little bit longer.
This was my first time dealing with the top.
Yeah.
So it takes about 5 seconds to get it back to that first position, maybe about 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
For us to take the windows out, which were the two side windows and the back window, take it out and then fold it all the way back. Look, for some people, it's no big deal, but I have never done that before. So, yeah, so, it was pretty new. And then we rode around. We did the typical, we were out all day.
Then we went to a car show.
Did the videos. We rode around. We were getting all the stuff. Went to lunch. We parked next to the guy in the Jeep there.
2 Jeeps, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
one
yellow and the red
one.
Right.
And one right in front of us. So
Yeah. Jeeps
Jeep,
are everywhere,
Bronco,
by the way. You really start to notice it when you get a Bronco. Then it seems like they come out of the woodwork. I mean, these Jeeps are everywhere. So, but anyway, so we did all that. Went to a car show, and the thing with a car show that brought this out to me was how much misinformation that there is out there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hear this, I hear that, and then because we're so connected and we actually know what's happening, we were able to say, no, here's the deal, and use your Bronco as an example.
Truck tug of war next.
Truck tug of war next. Well, yeah. I mean, what?
Suspension light.
I have an F-250 Power Stroke diesel.
Hilarious.
I'll hook up to just about anything with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Bronco is so cool. And so what we got was, the pictures, people taking pictures of you on your way, yelling, waving, and all that good stuff. And
people say, if you regret it, I'll buy it.
Yeah. Somebody said yesterday, if you regret buying it, no. If he said if you regret it, I'll buy it. Not a chance. Not a chance. Actually, I had someone in the dealer parking lot. I just did the paperwork. This is before I picked Gavin up, and I'm walking outside to make sure it's locked before I leave. And this guy says, "Hey, I'll pay you $5,000 more than you paid for it, up to $70,000." And I said, "Well, no, sorry. I mean, like, I've been waiting on this Bronco for a long time." There's something about watching the reveal, ordering, and going through that whole process. When you see your Bronco, I mean, sitting in it is it's just awesome. You crank it up, you listen to it, and I geeked out with the whole thing too. We tracked the train it was on. We looked at live rail cams.
Roanoke. Or it's the Roanoke Hotel.
Yeah, so there's a camera on the Roanoke Hotel, and we knew about what time it was coming in town, and that's how we geeked out about it. And then,
we stay there?
Yeah, and then
we're going to Roanoke?
Sure. Well, no, that we're going to announce that at the end. We're doing this Roanoke thing next week. So, but the train went through Roanoke, went to a place called Crewe, Virginia. I did mistakenly say it was going to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It was not ending up there, and I knew it was going through Roanoke, but then after that I assumed it was Winston-Salem, but it went to Crewe, Virginia, which then we went through last Sunday picking up Mom's new horse. And so we actually got to see it. So this is the whole cool thing about it was, but getting this Bronco and driving it and all the cool stuff and people saying and complimenting you, it's really great. It really is. But driving it, okay. So let's talk about performance.
Yeah.
So the top is not really loud at all.
No.
And then there again, what is loud? I mean, what is loud to Gavin or to myself or to you may be different. I can tell you we have a Range Rover Sport, supercharged. It's very aggressive suspension, big tires. There's a little bit of engine noise in there, especially when you're squeezing the gas. But you hear a little bit of road noise in that as well. And I would say, the Rover's a little quieter, but it's also a hardtop, right? It's a completely different animal. Yeah, I'm watching somebody's content come in. So it's a little bit different animal. So the sound of it as an off-road vehicle, especially with Sasquatch with 35-inch tires and a soft top, it's not loud. So all the static that, I was starting to freak out in the back of my mind, well, maybe they know something I don't know. It's not accurate. Now, if loud to you is a Rover with big tires or a minivan, then I guess it's going to be really loud. But if you drive an F-250, you drive a full-size truck, if you drive a lot of older vehicles, the sound is very comparable. I mean, my first my first car that I owned was a 74 Mustang too. And this Bronco's quieter than that car. So whatever.
Well,
that's
obviously, because that's a Mustang.
well, but it was a four-banger. Little car.
Oh.
Little car, man. That's when Mustang got hit in the knees and they,
In your car. Lord.
So I have a 66 Mustang GT. That's another subject. But the Bronco is really great. Now, handling on the road, it feels really good. First of all, the diameter, the steering wheel itself, the entire steering wheel, and then the grip, the diameter that you actually grab onto the wheel is comfortable. But then the feel of it, right? The cockpit of the Bronco is laid out in a way that everything that you need is really at your fingertips, or it seems familiar, like you've been there before. It's weird. You kind of know where everything is, right? And I mean, Gavin's got the windows figured out in the back. Now, tell us about the windows. You can put down both rear windows in the rear, right?
Yes.
And most vehicles, when you're in the back, right, you only control your window.
Yeah. So what I like in the Bronco is when it's just me and Dad riding, because that's really all who's riding in it right now, because girls don't ride in it because they don't really want to. And I mean, Mom's rode in it.
She actually drove it.
Yeah. And
well, they want to drive it to school. Alexa. No, they want to ride in it, but it's just
so
school.
When me and Dad and I are just cruising around and we want to put the windows down, of course he can get all four from the
console.
Yeah, console.
Center console, so they're not on the doors. Remember, the doors are removable, right?
Yeah, so, and you don't have to reach over, unbuckle to get the passenger side. For the rear, it's in the rear of the console, next to the power.
And it only controls the two rear windows, right?
So you can't control.
Okay, yeah. So
it's only two.
So whoever's sitting in the back can actually lower both rear windows. It's a small little thing, but it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I can just reach down, and I like with most newer cars, of course you can manually do it up, and then you can do it up. Then you can hear a click, then it keeps on going up. Right. And then that's what I do. I just pull it all the way up.
So let's switch gears a little bit. Marine grade vinyl.
Yes.
So we had a little accident the other day, and something got spilled in the Bronco the first week.
Which was colored.
Yeah, which was colored. No big deal. It's the first week. I know. It was cleaned up with a hand wipe and a damp paper towel. And I was amazed there wasn't a stain. I'm thinking, geez, it's a week. But it came right up. So the marine grade vinyl is no joke, especially if you get something on it. It does come off pretty easy. So global window is a nice feature in here. Yep, I agree. I agree, Mike. Yeah, yeah. The habit, right, of reaching for the door. You got to remember a lot of the stuff is not that there. I think the lock and unlock, is on the door. But yeah, you control everything in the console. So it's actually it's really good. So the marine grade vinyl is comfortable. I did notice one thing: we had the top off. It got a little warm.
Owned any other Bronco? Yes.
I haven't. So yeah, well, kind of. Let's finish about the interior, and we'll talk about owning another Bronco. So the marine gray vinyl, I noticed in the sun. We were sitting at the Panera parking lot when I got in it. It was a little warm. It absorbed, basically the color. I think it absorbed a lot of heat, but immediately adjusted to it very, very nicely when I got into it. And I noticed the seat was really, really hot at one point in time, and I realized, oh wow, I had the heat seater on. Now, if you want to talk about seat heater, heat seater, seat heater. Did I say it again?
Yeah. It's not heat seater sounds better.
Heat seater. But it's the seat heater. whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway, I
Whatever.
had it on and I'm thinking, geez, man, these things are hot. Oh, wow.
I'll
You know,
have a bug on them.
so, we just had a question come in. Have I owned another Bronco? The only other Bronco I've ever owned was a 74, dark blue with a white top, uncut. But I owned it for about a week. So basically, someone was going to give it to me. Had to pay him something, so I gave him $5. I got a title. It was way too much work for me. It was a lot of rust on this particular vehicle. It sat outside, doors, one door missing, windows open. And so I sold it to someone for $500. But I was 24 years old. I figured, hey, that was a quick turn right there. No big deal. Owned it for a week, right? I think I netted after towing $375. But that was my only extent of owning a Bronco. I have owned a Ford Ranger, a small Ranger, sort of just like the Bronco 2. But that's the closest thing. This Bronco, now I'm mainly a Ford family, but we own a Rover as well. But this Bronco is every single thing I hoped it would be. Now I want to talk directly to those that are waiting on a build date. Your date getting pushed back. I know it's easy for me to say now because I was feeling that whole heartburn. I was aggravated. You know, it wasn't like I showed up last August and reserved one and wanted one and mad because I didn't get it. I was there on the night that the Bronco was unveiled, the reveal. The website crashed. I was just like, just constantly refreshing. Finally got through, got it. I was frustrated because I thought, geez, I should be first. The one thing I did not know, and I want to talk about this order and the supply chain issues. I didn't know at the time that if I'd have just simply switched to a soft top, it's likely, and I can only just assume this, it's likely that I received a Bronco a couple months sooner. Because what happened was I started seeing mannequins show up at dealers with tow packages and 2.7s. There's one in Norfolk with Sasquatch. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, like, yeah, I know not everything's been seamless, but why would you be building all these mannequins with the stuff you're telling me I can't get? The one thing that was not there on the mannequins was
Badlands.
No.
Oh, that.
Hardtop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every single thing was a soft top that I've seen. I think I've seen pictures of a hardtop somewhere else. And it to me, and this is just my humble opinion, I'm probably wrong, I guess, okay? It was my opinion that it was never the 2.7, it was never Lux, it was never tow, it was the top only. And so
yes, we do hear that when we're going over like a road that has like, you know, like it has a very slight dip and there's a bunch of those little tiny rocks in it.
Like the park we were in yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, and let's finish. So I decided that I was just going to stick to my core belief, and I really didn't care because we were going to have a soft top as well. So Gavin and I and little man here, he's a young man, and he's got like this brain that just works. He analyzes life already. It's pretty cool. And I said, Gavin, you know, we're going to go this hard top. We're going to have a soft top later. You know, no big deal. We keep waiting. He says, well, if we're going to have a soft top later, why not just get it now and end up with a hard top? My only decision was, well, it's going to cost more to get it, right? Because logistics, bigger, you know, it's not so compact. But I appreciate you convincing me because we switched over to a soft. I didn't want him to be disappointed, but we switched over to a soft top, and we found that we're probably going to enjoy the soft top more than the hard top. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the hard top for us? Roof rack, so we can mount a tent, carry a canoe or kayak or something like that.
We don't really go kayaking.
No, we don't go kayak. Well,
we will.
We will, but in this particular case, we decided that, hey, I took you to school the other morning.
Mm-hmm.
We jumped in the Bronco and literally
folded
5 seconds, folded the top back to the first position.
Yep.
We drove to school. So, so I have Black Diamond's nice as well. And let's see, the tires will kick up rocks. I hear them hitting underneath. I advise keeping the tires within the, Pilgrim Wonderings, absolutely. So the fender deletes are a cool look, but what does it do to the side of this Bronco?
It could scuff the paint.
So what I've noticed, and I haven't had a lot of rocks on mine because we haven't driven it off road yet. We did ride it in the park yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of rocks there. But I've noticed just some road debris kicked up on the doors from when I'm turning the wheels and the tires are turning out of the fender well, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Well, yeah, because it's like turning this going, like the front wheels are just going.
yeah, get the gator bags. So, what we're doing with our Bronco at first, we're going to at least make it to 1,000 miles. We do have a couple of little cosmetic features that we're going to do to the outside. And that's going to be first. We have the light bar coming. We have the ditch lights coming. I'm trying to figure this winch thing out. I don't want to lose the front-facing camera and the grill. I heard that maybe 22 adjust that. Maybe the camera is a little bit higher. I think that messes with the autopilot 360 if you start trying to change it yourself. And so if you change the grill, maybe there's a software upgrade. I don't really know what the case is going to be, but either we wait till 22 for an aftermarket grill. I like the Badlands grill,
Yeah.
but maybe so a 22 Badlands grill, so it looks the same, but maybe positions the camera differently because I want the winch, but I don't want to lose the front camera.
Yeah,
And
like Ford should make all the like grills with the camera just like an inch or two higher, or like an inch.
Well, maybe what about at the very top of the grill?
Yeah.
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 So we want the winch. However, right now we're looking at aftermarket bumpers, but I like the modular bumper that I actually paid for. I like it a lot. And there's the lights that, the fog lights that you can get that will go down. Have you seen that yet? Have I showed you that?
Mm-mm.
So I'll show you that
The
later.
surrounding lights, or
No, it's actually fog lights that go in some of the openings in the factory modular grill, which is going to be standard in 22, by the way. And so, I want that winch, the bull bar in the front or the brush bar or whatever you want to call it. I really want that, but I just don't want to lose the camera. So what have I noticed in the Bronco? Pilgrim Wanderings, just a question for you. Have you tried, and I don't know, maybe I have a unicorn, but have you tried when you take your sun visor on the driver's side, push it all the way to the windshield, does it hit the rearview mirror? If you try that, let me know. The passenger side's not a problem. That's a small little thing there. Again, it means diddly to me other than I'm trying to find um, I'm trying to find something that I don't like about it, but there is nothing, right? I do like it. Yeah, the winch that mounts underneath. So where did I see that? I was also listening to so David Boyd had a guest on one night on one of his live streams over at All Terrain Nation, and I think he was talking, and I don't want to butcher it up, so maybe go check out the live stream there, the recording now, but it was about winching up or down, right? So the position of the winch is if the lower the position of the winch, you'd rather winch yourself up than down, right? So if you're stuck in the mud, what do you want to do? You want to lift the front tires up, and you kind of want to winch up. So
yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I'm not an off-road expert trying to learn this stuff, but if I look at engineering, which I have to make stuff in the real world work as far as building, I'm thinking, well, the lower the winch, right, the better it would be if depending on where I tie off to, that it would both pull me toward that tree, if we tie to a tree, and up, right? So the lower now, how does that affect your approach? I guess it also determines on what you're doing with your Bronco. Are we going to do any major rock crawling, you think?
Yeah.
You think? Where?
We could go somewhere. Like, we should travel to like Yosemite, whatever that park is called, in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we should travel all over the country, going to trails.
Well, okay, so you want to do that. So we can do that. So we need to pay attention to approach, right? Departure. We need to make sure we're not messing with our ground clearance. And these guys designing these bumpers and for these winches, obviously that's, they're thinking about that. So we'll just have to see what's out there and what's coming available, because I really like that idea of having a lower mounted winch, because I really want to keep the factory grill. I don't want to have to do any changes there. So anyway, so that's where we're at with our Bronco there. Yeah, and I tell you, what do I not like about the Bronco?
that the thing hits the rearview mirror.
Yeah, but that's not even a dislike. That's just I don't care. I'm just trying to find something wrong.
I mean, who even puts it back that far?
Honestly, and I know this sort of sounds like, your whole just a fan of it type thing. There's nothing yet after 400 miles of driving, right at 400 miles of driving and like 10 days. I wouldn't say 9, but he said 10, so we'll go with Gavin. 10 days.
Tomorrow it's going to be
10 days of ownership. There's nothing yet I don't like about it. Now, next Saturday, we are planning, weather permitting, to head to Roanoke. There's a really cool place in Roanoke. And actually, I say Roanoke. It's in Rocky Mount, Virginia. Just kind of, I think, southeast maybe of Roanoke. But if I said Rocky Mount, Virginia, you probably would never know where Roanoke is. There is a Buddy's Barbecue there. And first of all, the food I hear is excellent. I'll let you know next Saturday. But the car show that they have in their parking lot is exceptional. A lot of people come from a lot of different areas out, western part of Virginia, cars, off-road, trucks, things like that. So this week we'll do a little video and we'll let you know where we're going to be. So if you're in that part of Virginia, if you just happen to be there watching live now or later, maybe come by and say hello. So Gavin and I are going to be there talking about the Bronco. No fluff, the real deal about this Bronco. We learned at that car show last night. There was a lot of stuff, misinformation out there. And Gavin actually had like 3 or 4 people that just really wanted to know all this cool stuff about it, and you took them around it. And we have a couple different things. We're going to take our cameras, our GoPro, and we're going to mount it at certain positions on the Bronco to show you some active features that the Bronco uses, temperature control devices and what they're for, maybe suspension travel. But our first off-road, so we're going to Roanoke next weekend. It planned as of right now, maybe subject to change, but hopefully not. And then the next trip will be to the Outer Banks. We're headed to Corova. And that's going to be really cool. That's where we're going to be testing the off-road features of the Bronco, and we're going to go have some fun. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah. And we can get one of those model planes too. Maybe they'll have a model Bronco.
Yeah, maybe. So let's go to some of the comments here. So Mike Max, I had a 74 and used to drive it down the logging roads, Adirondacks, to get to the river, fly fishing. 14. That's nice. I hear you. And, that's my attitude as well. There's a lot of vehicles out there alike, but we are a Ford family, plain and simple. That's why I didn't get into off-roading before. I know it might seem disingenuous, but like I want to learn the off-roading, skill, right? Because it is a skill to do it. I learned what I've learned in Texas, right? And I learned it from real trail guides that know their stuff, men and women down there that teach the stuff. But it was the Ford brand that drug me to this position. And then also I want to spend more time with little man here. So we're going to decide to do that on the trails, on the beach, off-roading, and riding around everywhere. Gavin said today we had to go to a kid's birthday party. Like, can we drive the Bronco? Sure, we can drive the Bronco. You had to really convince me, didn't you? When
we're driving on the beach, top has to be down because sand might, if you hit the gas, it might go up and like go in to the top.
Oh, well, that's what we have a vacuum cleaner for.
True, but it could also get into stuff that vacuum can't.
The Black Diamond, by the way, is there was a Black Diamond at Cavalier. Remember the one I did the video? And Antimatter Black Diamond. Nice, very nice rig as well. Hey, Pilgrim Wonder, I'd like to see some maybe pictures on IG there about some of the stuff that you did, the trails. So the trails are coming next. It's so hard when you get that new vehicle. It's spotless. It smells new. And the first time you run it through the mud, I'm just going to do it anyway. My wife told me to get over it, and okay, she's the boss. But hey, I really appreciate you joining me tonight. We're going to be wrapping this thing up here. The next video will dump maybe tomorrow or the next day. It's where we actually do a review of the interior of our Bronco. And I will tell you this, the Bronco was shipped with zero issues.
Yep.
We had zero problems with the Bronco. We didn't have any defects in the paint, body damage from shipping. We didn't have, I mean, the dealer did a fabulous job. There was not a spot on it. And thank you, Max, for checking us out tonight. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. We're on that race to 500 subscribers, so we're going to get there fast. And we have content now coming this way. This is really cool.
Yeah.
But there was zero problems with my Bronco. The dealer did not charge over MSRP. There was no surprises. The deal from when I sat down in the finance manager's office was 20 minutes. And a couple minutes of that, we were just small talk. So I can't say enough about Win, Ford, and Volvo in Hampton, Virginia.
I forgot where Long Island is.
New York.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, New York.
Oh. That was Florida.
No, I'm sure there is one in Florida, but
I swear I heard Long Island, Florida.
So we're really looking forward to, as more Broncos are delivered to people, and you take delivery, Bronco meetups. We're actually, hopefully, we're going to have a big party at our house next year. Boy, that's going to be crazy.
So Mike Mackey said, yep, to Florida or North Carolina.
I have a 79
or
Bronco.
Not North Carolina.
Okay, so I have
New York.
So I have a 66 Mustang GT, the black and gold. Obviously, it was originally green with the GT stripes. K-code car. But it was, when I saw the car in '83, it was painted black and gold, and so when I bought it,
New York.
Yeah, yep. When I bought it, I did it my way and wanted to keep it black and gold. So not the original green and white, but this Bronco, I have to tell you something. Is an amazing machine. I really love it. I can't wait to take it off road. It's just really, really cool. So if you're waiting for your build date, be patient. I know it sucks, but it is going to happen soon, and you're going to have it, and you're going to absolutely love it. I really appreciate everybody joining tonight. Hey, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, and we will talk to you next time. And watch out for the video here in a day or so. It's going to be cool. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.